Okay, let's see how this is going. I have the door open, so maybe it can get a bit noisy. I'll close it in that case. So yeah, I hope everything got live as it should. I'll check just quickly here. It says 1 viewer, so something is live. So let's hope that it's working. So yeah, I'll just explain what I might explain in the Discord a little bit. Me and Bag are doing a quick like a level design challenge. We feel like it would be fun to mix things up a little bit, and the idea is that we get a theme, and then we make a new gimmick or like micro level around that theme. In preferably it should be workable, like mostly done in 30 minutes. Then it can be extended a little bit in 45, and if there is need for some polish, like you can test it and finish it, but it should be under 1 hour to finish the level. And it will be tight. Like time goes really fast when you're testing things out and designing. I did a quick test for another micro level just the other week, just to see what can I do in about an hour. I didn't time it, but I think it was less than an hour. I hope I can make something even better this time. So that's the premise for it all. So yeah. It's been some time since before then I touched this editor. But let's start by deriving from that other level. So let's call this challenge 1 or LVL challenge 1. And let's select the level to derive from, and it should be on the bottom, and import. Okay, so I have I'll just, before I start the timer, I should have timer on the screen. If anyone knows how to do that, I'll do that for the next stream. But I'll delete most things here, so I have fresh to start from, but I just want a few blocks, because not having to worry about texturing blocks and such can speed things up. So I just want a really basic starting point. Let's have one of these blocks and one of those blocks each. And let's remove the energy pack. Oh, no, let's keep the energy pack. Okay. So this is pretty much an empty level. And I should remove the trigger for the endpoint. Or maybe I can keep the trigger and the goal point. Because I will need a goal. So yeah, this is about as basic as you can get. Let's save that. Okay. So I'll start timing this soon, but first I just need to discuss theme. Because I need a theme for the level. If anyone have any ideas for a theme, and if there's anyone viewing, feel free to write in the chat. I might not use it this time, but I can use it next time, potentially. So I actually, the other day, I just brainstormed out a few ideas on the paper. So let's, I just want to open that up, or paper, I should, a note on Google Keep. So I have a bunch of them here. I don't want to like spoil off all of them unless I make something out of them. But I just lift a few of them, and if anyone is interested in one of them, and then shout it in the chat, and I can take note. So like I was thinking one level could be dodging snipers. Like we have that in one level in the game. The final level for Defiance, there is like one section with sniper dodging, but it feels like it could be fun to explore as one gimmick level of about different scenarios of how to dodge snipers. So it might be a level without a weapon and a bunch of snipers and ways to dodge them. Another one is about using sideways slides and like using multiple slides to keep a balance and use energy to skip and jump over parts. I have a few other so a long upward slope with like pulse core and pulse gates and like getting up long slippery slope might be boring but might be interesting. Like a lot of these are just pure brainstorming. They might be really bad. So I was thinking about potentially a better format for this would be to test out a theme for 10 minutes and then decide on the theme. But that can turn into a long, long challenge. Like another one is about using vertical thin walls and build them about using vertical momentum. Like having no energy and then having them as energy walls and like different ways of using the momentum, and then you can add energy later on as well. Explore different techniques. Like a lot of this might be simple if you just do them like just clearing them, but the idea is that you can clear them relatively easily, but then there is a bunch of technique to actually get a good score, like a good time, and there's a lot of tricks to actually speed things up. So there's a difference between just clearing the level and like going for high score. So I feel like that's more like the kind of levels I want to make here. So for example, the upward slope stuff, like just clearing it might not be that hard, but using the pulse gates and not stopping and getting up all the way quickly might be more of a challenge. I was thinking of using one where I replaced the weapon with something that is like just shoots 1 meter. So you have to go pretty much melee enemies, and that would mean that you have to dodge them or you need to get close to kill them. But I think I'll save that for another time. Like bouncing like making a mini golf course style where you have to bounce bullets in different ways to hit generators and open gates. Sweeper on vertical walls. One about damage boosting. Slow down vertical walls. Like you can speed it up by jumping, but if you do it too far, you'll miss stuff. If you have to stay in specific heights to unlock stuff, could be a challenge. It's like my idea here is just that I need to realize what I want to do first. Maybe I should actually have made this list into something that I can show you all. Maybe I can actually copy it. I can't. Google Keep is great, but there are limitations apparently. So I'll work on that for next time. So let's just grab one and start going. Is there any questions, by the way, in the chat? Just let me know. Is the audio level fine? And so on. So yeah, let's let's go with the the pulse stuff in upward slope. Let's go with that to start with. I'll move this out of the way. So let's start a timer now, or not strictly a timer because I don't have one, but 22:38 says my time here. I should write that down. I will definitely forget it. I'll write it in the chat. Official challenge starting in. Challenge started, and then okay, it's 22:39 now, so let's say 22:40, and I will write that in the chat when my time hits 22:40. I should have like a timer that ticks down as well for 30-minute mark. Halfway done. If the level isn't shaping up by then, you can give up. Okay, let's pause it now. It should be fine. Okay. So then, yeah, let's move this out of the way. And I don't need this. This is just if I want to play as top players. And I actually realized I should have had a mirror block, but let's design a new mirror block then. For some reason I saw this will be a slide level, right? So I just said so it will be a long slide. But so let's make a long block to start with, because that will be important. And I think we want a pretty steep slide here. So this is using a special type of material that we designed for the practice level, where it seamlessly will connect multiple ones. So let's try and use the. I don't think. Oh, actually, we don't have that for. Let's see here. I might have to browse this because we didn't finish this for the community level stuff. So I'll just go with the not best way to do this. Block. Chrome rim. Okay, norm map. That's the one we need for the solar stuff. And then shiny texture, the chrome reflection, but let's do the normal map first. And then the chrome reflection, let's go with this one. Okay. Let's adjust the size of this so it's actually. Oh, Garrett Lexis, hey. I'm doing a level design challenge here. I may have 1 hour to make a level. If you distract me, we'll get more now. Welcome. So let's make that all around for clarity, easy, to make it easy, and make it ice. And just let's do the first test, just see if things are running. Oh, this is slow. Okay, so I'm using speakers on my PC instead of my headphones, so I need to fix that. That should be done now. Or it might actually, this editor is so smart that it uses the sound device that I started the game with. So I need to change it here. Okay, now it's working. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is a good starting point because it's a way too long for me to get up there without support. Okay, so let's add the first pulse stuff. Like first I need to explore the possibility space, kind of. We call them push in the names here. So let's add one of each for now. I think. Oh, I need to do it that way. No? Can I? Apparently not. We didn't make it that smart. Let's add one of those. Let's add the others. Why did we support shift selecting but not control selecting? Let's move all of them out of the way. Why did I place them all in the start? That's great. Let's add them again, and place where they will not be in the way. Oh, that's great. I'm running this with debugging on, and I got a crash. It seems didn't like adding and removing that stuff in that way. I will just change this to a null pointer and we should be fine. Or we'll probably not be fine. Let's see here. Yeah, something broke. It's this the history in the undo history in the editor got messed up from me adding and removing those. This is old stuff from the original Cloudbuilt, so I'm expecting some issues, but this was way faster than I anticipated. At least we saved relatively recently, and there is auto saves as well, so it will hopefully not go that badly. So okay, let's add them back, push stuff. Let's add the basic one first. Here. Yeah, okay. And then let's add the others. And let's add them here. Let's save now just in case. Okay, so let's add one to demonstrate. We should have one here. Let's angle it with the surface. And it should have, where is it? Here, yeah. So let's just try that first. Yeah, that seems fine. As a start, I wonder how much room. I think like the technique here to play this well will be to jump, because I think you will gain so much more distance from jumping. So that will be the hard part here. Like the players who don't know that you can jump will have such huge disadvantage on this level compared to the players who know that you can jump. Like you see. So that is something. This mechanic is like not really made to be this kind of item. So that will be a thing to the hardest part with this design, making this an interesting challenge for everyone, no matter even though you know. So let's start with that if we can make that challenging. And of course, the way to do that is adding mines. So if we have mines like this, let's see here, and we select all of those, and we duplicate them, and we move them out from the surface enough to be. If they are like, let's move this down a little bit. It was a bit too far up. So if we move. Now in this case, we don't want to go too far because we will go into the mines, which should make this into a challenge now. Like how do you go past them? And then you have to control. So that's something as a starter. And I don't think we need to teach this in more steps, because people will kind of understand relatively easily. So other way to make a blocker would be to have a slippery block. Yeah, literally. Right, so if I place this here, I can even make it a little bit mean, so I make it like it will push you out potentially. This looks pretty hard. Let's see if how easy that is to clear. Like, this is pretty much the process for me when designing levels. I test a very simple concept and I realize the problem, and then I think, hey, can I use that problem to make a challenge? Like, using that problem can let's see here, if I hit this one, I mean, this is very easy, so this should be a good first starting point. Like, if I don't use any special techniques, I don't hit those, and even without using any jumps or anything, or energy even, I can clear this. So this should be first simple challenge. Now to test one thing more. What happens if I go into this jumping? Yeah, it's literally a wall. So here's the other technique then. Can I mind boost this? Yes, but I also died. And I actually can jump in between them. Let's do that as a speedrun technique for the first stop here. In most cases, it's good to have one technique that is teaching, one that is a little bit more advanced, and then one more real tricky. And I think this first obstacle here has all the three of them right now. It's not perfect, but hey, we are doing this in 1 hour, and it's already been 10 minutes. But this is a good first 10 minutes, like, because we are demonstrating the concept is working, kind of. Let's not worry about making things pretty. I wanted to fix these blocks, but let's not worry about that. So yeah, when we have that, before we do a more advanced version of that, let's mix it up with something else. So let's do a checkpoint by placing a thick pulse gate, because then you only won't be able to miss it and fall back down. And if I do this, there's a setting on the pulse gates that will remove the player's current stopping power. And what was it again? Centering should be 0. Stop control. That's how much you remove control after touching it. Stopping power, I thought that was... What does this do now again? It was a long time since I used it. It's 255 maximum. That means if I go fast or slow into this, I should get the same result. Let's try that down here where it's more easy to test. Okay, yeah, so it's probably stops me. Let's actually fix the push direction for that one. So it actually pushes me through, so it doesn't block me. Let's put it like here. And let's try again. So if yeah, it pushes me up to about the mines. If I do this, up about mines. Okay, so that stops 100% of my power. So that is the setting I was looking for. That means this is checkpoint. You cannot gain too much from using too much power into this, which will be the point. Otherwise, you can. Okay, maybe by making that boring a little bit, by not letting players play it really fast, but it feels like it will be too hard to control the next challenge if you kind of have too much speed here. But let's keep a little bit and see if that will be useful. So next part, let's make that about managing energy. Let's make the slide longer. Let's pick up some energy somewhere. I wonder actually, can I... This will be an interesting thing. If I make it like this. That's also a thing about level design. If you just get an idea for something, where did the push thing? Okay, here. Oh, a small thing inside. If you just get an idea, test it out and see what happens. Often when you work with something, you will get an idea for something completely different. Take note of those if you can't test them right away. How will this behave when I enter them? Will this be a challenge, or will it just be easy, or will it not work at all? Let's test it. Can I... Okay, so I can. So it is possible to do it slowly. Can I do this interesting? No, because I'm losing all my... Oh! That was not a challenge. I could just do this. Hey! Okay. Well... That was less interesting than I thought. Okay, let's do this with 0 stopping power. And then have a little bit of stopping control. This is probably turning into something that needs too much fine-tuning to actually be doable in this time frame. But let's try it a little bit. Let's do it more, pushing just outwards. Let's remove the others. Duplicate that. And move this to the other direction. About that much. And let's duplicate these up. Is this a challenge now? Is the question. So if I just do this, I don't get anywhere. But if I... And can I use one side? I don't think so. Yeah, now I can't use one side to just get up. But the question is, can I get up at all? Okay, this I need an energy pack here for the real thing. If I am doing this. I don't think I actually can. This is not that helpful. But it's not really stopping me, right? Or is it? I don't think so. So it has potential of being something. These weren't that's symmetrical. If I had time, I would do them absolute symmetrical, but time is a luxury item. Okay. Final test on this. I will move on to other challenges because I can't. This looks like a fine-tuning challenge that will take too much time. So can I use one side to get up? I kind of can. Disappointed. So this looks like something that will either... let's see here. Less... Oh, yeah, thanks for stopping by. And I can see around. So in this case, I need some technique at least to get up. If I just hold to the wall, I will not get up. Yeah, so now if you do this, can I, not without energy, but with energy then, can I potentially. So then picking up energy packs on the way could be a challenge. But the question is, if I just I get way further by just jumping. So yeah, I'm not keeping this as a challenge. I can keep the blocks here just because, but I'm not keeping that as a challenge. Sadly. Okay, so instead then let's pick energy pack here and put that on here. Let's align it with the surface because it's easier to work with. And let's see if I can just make one challenge out of having to pick up energy packs. I guess this will be an introduction to that kind of challenge. And let's put another checkpoint kind of barrier after that. So let's see here. My biggest concern here will be that for beginners, this will be a too difficult introduction to energy packs. But to experienced players, it will be very easy. Well. But it looked like you could kind of get by spamming it. So let's say that is the first introduction to that. So now let's combine energy and dodging mines and using pulse gates. Or let's do one actually where you have to use a pulse gate to jump over mines. A little bit of timing. And let's not make this have stopping power. Let's add energy pack as to let players recharge without having to wait for an hour. And let's add mines. Let's take 3 of those. And let's align with the surface so it's easier to work with. Actually, I should make this the surface, the default. Yeah, it is default now. So let's make a full barrier of mines here. Oh, I see that these are actually so far apart that I actually might be able to go between them. I will test that. Okay, that's I might not be able to. If you can go between them, maybe. Okay, I can. But it's a little bit. It's a little bit tricky. Do I want to let that let players do that? Maybe. Let's do 2 of them in a row. Can I? Yeah, I will. No, let's not push it too far. And then let's actually do a slope here, where you're funneled to the side. That can actually be a good next challenge here. I realized. Let's do something like that. Let's duplicate this block. Make it significantly shorter, but wide. And let's see here, we can use this one. These are like platforms. And then we can have, let's see how that plays first before going too far with it. All right, if anyone have ideas for things to do with this, just let me know in the chat. Whoa, damage boosting. So yeah, if I jump here, that brings technique to it all, because I can use jumps to use fewer of them, but it's relatively simple. Oh. Huh. Are these actually that hard to jump over? They are hard to jump over. Maybe I need to make them closer to the surface. Because jumping over them should more be a timing challenge, not like is it possible challenge. Okay, let's make this one a bit more challenging by placing mines that you kind of have to go between. And let's see here how I'm doing on time here. Okay, so I've been working 20 minutes now. So I should kind of try to get an idea for the final challenge here. There is an element I haven't used yet. That's the oh, I don't need all of these, but the pulse course. I kind of should do that at the checkpoint in some way. Let's do one as an obstacle first then. Add target. Let's see here if I remember how to use these. I think just duplicate them, and now that will be its path. So if I go start here, I should save, by the way. What is the push direction of that one? I think it will have a push direction. Where is the push direction? It should have push direction somewhere. I'm not seeing it. That might stop me from using them if... Might be a bug. Because they should have direction to... Let's see here. Are they pushing in a specific direction relative to the rotation? Maybe I think that's not the case. I think we made them so they should be easier to use. Okay, that seems to push me down. Or no, it didn't. Let's move this up a bit. Like if I could use this correctly, it could be things that could jump up into to get to push up as a help, and it could be blocks and everything. Okay, so I do get some force up. But if I remember correctly, like these, you can see a projection, like a trajectory. But on these ones, I don't see that. If I remember correctly, we actually had that. They might be broken. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad. Can it be filter related? I don't think so either. Okay, yeah, let's remove it. These will be gone. Probably those were left. But was probably a reason for. Or actually, let's take that back. Let's save and load the level and see if that fixes something. Hello, Squishington. Just a guess. It looks like you're making it in the start and end locations with the red markers. Perhaps the location of the orb is the push direction. No, the start and end location is correct, but the other stuff. Oh, I think this is the issue. I need to turn them on. I forgot that part. But thanks for the recommendation still. Okay, so that helps to finally know how that works. So let's make this as an obstacle, because this is the first time you see them in this level. So let's have a small reminder for people. So let's try that out. So if I hit it, I will be pushed back. So it's relatively friendly because it's not that hard. It's not that easy to hit. Let's add 2 of them shortly after each other. I think that is all you need to actually achieve that. Yeah. So it's a little bit more of a challenge, but not hard. But then if you need to think about energy as well, it's a little bit harder. Oh. But not that hard. Okay, let's see if I can clear my own stuff here. Okay, I probably need some energy there to let people save themselves. Let's have it over on this side. So if you need it, you have to pick it up and then go back and then up here again. So that should be start of something. Now I want to have the one of these as an obstacle here. That will push you back as well. Reset target positions. Let's put this one here. That should be kind of enough. It's not straight. I don't have time to make it straight. Let's make it a little bit faster, moving a bit faster. And then the push direction, we need to turn on that. And when you make that push you backwards, will that be a challenge? Is the question. Let's see here if I can first go between these mines. That was not hard. I was supposed to say, about to say. Okay, so let's see here. So it can be a challenge, but it's not that hard. So it's a good start, I feel, for something. And okay, we have enough of challenge now. Let's do a little bit of fun thing in the end of this before we go on to the next final challenge area. Let's make a ramp. we should first let's move it up a little bit, then rotate it a little bit, move it up a little bit. This will not be a perfect ramp. This will be a very like a quick and dirty ramp. But let's see if we can make kind of a loop thingy. Oops, I forgot to duplicate it. And now the final part here. And I should be able to put the final slide here that you get up onto. Let's put one here and make sure that it's powerful enough to push me all the way. And let's put the checkpoint kind of thing here. You might remove the checkpoint later because it might be make this a bit too easy. Like if you fall here, it's not that bad because you might catch yourself. Okay, so let's try this out. If I start from here. Oh. Okay. It was powerful. So that was not wrong. Where did my mouse go? Okay, there. But it was not pushing me as I would have thought. And I think it was a bit too powerful. Just a little bit. Okay, I forgot that we didn't have the Super Cloudbuilt accurate physics in slides, so I can't do loop kind of things so easily. This looks really strange. I'm not getting corrected by the roof that much. So I need to make this not look too strange. I need to first of all make it ramp down a bit, and I need to time the speed here a little bit more, like the power, or adjust the power, tune the power. So this is a little bit disappointing because I really thought it would be. Let's see here. Let's make it a jump instead, because this loop was disappointing. Let's make it like this. And let's put this up here. Okay, that was not enough. But if I jump with energy, it is enough. So that means if I put an energy pack somewhere, I can put down below. You can recharge if you need to, and you can make it up. It's a little bit hard technique suddenly, because I don't think all players will think of that, and we don't teach it properly in the level. But I'm running out of time, so this I'm up to 40 minutes now into this design. I haven't really repeated any of the challenges yet and made a harder version of it. So that's my biggest goal now, to make a final challenge that is a harder version of one of the already existing challenges. And I'm leaning towards making a harder version of this start challenge, but with the energy packs. That's the final goal. Okay, let's make this actually into way more powerful and make the level continue here instead. And make it a little bit more sloping. And make this a little ramp on this end here. Let's see here. Does this work? I didn't make it more powerful, right? I forgot. Something like that. Too powerful. Okay, so let's make that into the start of the final area. And I guess you could potentially go with this jump indirectly here if you want to. But it will require you to use energy differently. I don't think I will find use for these, so let's delete them. I was expecting to get use for wall runs, so you could slide on something and jump off a wall and get over stuff. But on this time, I can't explore pulse gates, push fields or pulse fields, and the wall runs in the slides. Sadly. So I will duplicate this start because it will be easier to work with that way. And let's get this small mine section and duplicate that up here. And let's add an energy pack after the next one. Let's see here. You can potentially go around here and get this one directly. But if you can't, you can use that one. Oh. I didn't align this properly. I thought I took the alignment of this as my base, but apparently not. Okay, so I'm about 45 minutes now, so the level should be done-ish, but it's not quite there. It's not quite as finish of the level as I was hoping to make, but we kind of need to round it off, or I will break the challenge. So it will be what it is, kind of. And let's evaluate. Let's try take a record and actually place the finishing goal point and such up here. And and when testing this, if there's some real issues, I will of course try to address them, and that's the up to 1 hour mark. I can do that stuff. If the player is not if the game is not kind of playable, after that I have failed the challenge. At full level this. Okay, so I'll just see here. I will also adjust audio device because I can't hear. For some reason it still wants to use the speakers. Okay. Let's restart so I can get the correct timing here. Okay, I should. That will be a hard one to get, but okay, that was not good. But I know. I know I can beat the level at least. I'm pretty sure. I just realized that there's no checkpoints. That's just like there's no real checkpoints. I should kind of make a real checkpoint at these checkpoints probably. Especially since I have mines that can kill you. Oh, of course. Ah. This is a slow level, but I bet there is a lot of techniques that can be used to make this. Okay, let's add checkpoints. That's a glaring mistake thing I've talked about. Checkpoints. Here. Let's align it with the level. Well, let's place it in here, and let's set the spawn position to be here. Let's change the size so you can't miss it. Let's set it at 100. Something like that should be fine. And then camera direction, let's do that. Okay. I don't think I need a checkpoint after this part, but I should have one here. Probably should place it here in this case. So let's try use these checkpoints to see that they spawn me correctly. Okay, so now if I respawn, I get here. Let's see that was not my editor spawn point. Yeah, it's correct. And the camera was placing me in a good direction. And that was a better speed damage boost than I thought it would be. Okay, let's see here. Ah. I bet there is be some really creative play to just speed boost through these. Oh, I forgot to generate walls. But yeah, the level is clearable. How good it is is another question. But I wonder where I will get the most bang for the buck for polish here. This last area feels like it's too easy to mine boost through. And jumping in between was way harder than I thought. Maybe I should make jumping in between a little bit easier. And then I need to add an energy pack here. And I felt that this timing was a little bit tight. So let's smooth that up a little bit. And it's not much of a final challenge in that way. But actually, let's make it a little bit more dramatic in the end. Let's make this into a ramp. And to signify that and to make it a little bit easier to see that there is something beyond, we should have some pillars or something that guides the players to know that there is something on the top. So if we see this from here, it will look like there is something here, with otherwise meaning to actually go to the top. And I think if I go here, I can clear that gap. Okay, that's doable. Let's make this way taller, so if you miss, you can break the fall and then try to get up. Let's add energy packs down here, so it's less of a punishment where you can't beat the level if you get here. It's more that you lose time. Maybe there's some creative shortcuts to get there. I don't think so, but yeah. I think there will be a lot of different ways to speed things up, unintended mostly. But yeah, this it might be the level. Feel free to give feedback on how disappointing this first challenge level design challenge was. Like what if you have feedback, what do you expect from a level design challenge, and what can I improve if I want to do more? design challenges in streams. But yeah, this is at least a process to brainstorm ideas. Normally, what I would say, you can start here with this kind of process, explore a bunch of things, but you should probably make them more isolated, micro challenges. And like I have a few concepts here. If you find a concept, try to explore that concept even more. Just that variations of that concept, and find what is the most fun versions of that concept. And when you know what is the most fun, make a simplified version of that concept as well for teaching the concept. And then integrate that into the level at 2 different places. And then you can have 2 or 3, maybe 4 concepts that is kind of similar in the same level. But like doing that process is not something you do in an hour. That is finding concepts is probably 1 day. Then taking out the best of them and polishing up new concepts might be a day per concept. And like we test playing of other people testing it, and then making the final level is probably a few days, and then you art it up to make it look good, which is not done here at all. But yeah, that might be it. By no means a perfect level, but I think having a bunch of these kind of small levels can still be interesting. I'm not going to publish this right now. If I were to publish it, how to publish it is publish to Steam. You have to agree. And I need to create a screenshot to use for it. I think that usually, what is it, F2 mode is best for that. And I should create intro and outro animations to showcase the level, and it can be an opportunity to teach players. But yeah, take a screenshot, and that will be the thumbnail of the level. And yeah, then you can just update workshop item, and it will upload to Steam for others to subscribe. It will be uploaded as private. If I do that, I can actually do this now just to showcase. So it will. I should close the friend list. Why is my friend list over there? But hey, anyway, so this will be the page, but it's set to private. You can change visibility. Oh, it is public. It is hidden now, at least. I will fix rankings and like an intro outro animation and stuff like that another time. But yeah, anyway, that's how you do it. And then anyone can subscribe and play it in the game. If you want to join in on this kind of challenge, it would be fun to see what the others come up with in an hour. Or let's make it 2 hours if you're not used to the tools or anything. It would just be fun to see. But that's my first challenge. I'm hoping this will get faster and faster and better for everyone I do. And I hope to do 10 of them in the coming 2 weeks or something like that. It's not set in stone. And I have a list of over 20 ideas, I think. So I'll pick the ones I feel I can work with for the moment. And I think that's the stream. I don't know. It says 7 viewers, so that's. Oh, hello, Bag. So there's some people here. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll stick around for a few minutes, just in case. But other than that, The level design challenge is over, and the first of these levels is done. If you want to help out test play these levels before they get published, just let me know. And I might give you access. Well, I guess that might be it. If you want to see more of these, just follow me here on Twitch, or join the Cloudbuilt or Cloudworks Discord. It will be announced there. I might not tweet every time because I don't know how much interest there is in my Twitter followers among my Twitter followers for this kind of streams. But yeah, that's all up to you. And yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by, everyone. And see you next time or in other places. Bye.